I know through somebody that get on this for subs, and I don't see.
Oh, this isn't a sub list.
There's sub.
Are they long-term sub? Yeah, that's long-term sub. We usually don't list them like that. We usually put them in the back of here. No, usually the subs are like that. Here, I put Steve's name is here. His name is not up there. His name is back here somewhere.
Hello, how you doing?
Same as always. Yeah, usually there's a sub list in the back, but you can ask, but like the day-to-day subs.
Scott.
Well, Rich, you want me to? The one that she prefers. I'll ask her. Just call me or text. Should be on there.
It's not like tab 2 is more specific.
I got a different tab. Sit beside it. Thank you.
Dallas.
All you have to do is say we got news to on the sub. What people repeats their son. I'll have to talk.
I do apologize for the slight delay. I'm sorry. Just a reminder, we are being videotaped and recorded tonight. I know the gentlemen with the video cameras aren't in the back room, but we have the microphone set up and they're doing it remote.
I pay 30% for my home. So, that was a big move right there.
4 months?
Yeah, that's right.
Ready? Okay. Saying pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to need a roll call this evening, Mr. Acting President. Great. Mrs. Issing.
Here?
Mr. Kuchasik is absent. Dr. Koshko. Here. Mr. Bill Leonard.
Here.
Mr. Dallas Leonard.
Here.
Mr. Matarazzo.
Here.
Mr. Nemec.
Here.
Mr. Petrucci.
Here.
Mr. Stovar.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Special reports. Mr. Bill Leonard. IU number 7.
Nothing to report from IU, so.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Mr. Petrucci, Career Tech.
We had no meeting in July. Mr. Koshio, there's nothing to report.
Thank you. Prior to tonight's meeting, we had an executive session where we discussed labor negotiations. Information, Dr. Harris.
Sure, I have a couple items. The first one I'm going to ask Mr. Lego to talk about is the lead testing.
Yes,
The state
sir.
requirement.
Dr. Harris. Okay, so there is a new requirement that school districts either test for lead in their pipes, and if they do so, they need to publish the reports, or they need to make a public statement why they are not testing on an annual basis. And we are not going to test this year. In February of 2017, we tested 151 samples throughout the district. Every one of those samples passed all the EPA standards. Therefore, we're quite confident that lead is not an issue in our pipes. Our plan would be to retest again in 3 years unless something would come to our attention that would dictate we do it sooner. So that's the lead report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and then for security, I've been working all summer with Joe Gatis. First of all, to make sure that we have all of our armed security officers in place for the start of the school. And each elementary school and our Penn Middle will have an armed security officer. So we worked very hard on finding 5 qualified individuals. So I'm very pleased with that. In addition to that, I've also worked with Trafford, and we secured a school resource officer for Trafford Middle and Trafford Elementary. So I appreciate the help and all the efforts we did with the raise of the mill for security. We had a security audit during the summer from Command Excellence, John Sikorian, and everything that he gave us for each of the items on the list. We started working on it. Majority will be finished by start of the school year, and I will even bring you a copy of what we have done and share it with you next week. So But as of now, I wanted to pass out the Public Safety Security Safety Resource Officer Manual. This is all the expectations for the gentlemen who are going to serve as school resource officers or security officers during the school day. So I wanted
Man, is there a
to have
chance that we
copy.
could meet those folks? Did they come in for a
Absolutely.
meeting
I can
so we
have
can
them come
put a
into
face
a
to the
meeting.
name? I'm not sure if anybody else would like to meet.
No, I think that's a good idea, Scott.
All right, I will make a note and ask him to come next week and introduce the gentleman at the school board meeting.
This is for the ones in each building that we're going to.
Correct.
Right. And it's going to be the same persons at some of the,
Same person on a daily basis. We wanted it to be consistent.
good.
What do they do in, say one of those guards calls off or?
He actually has two backups, and he's always a backup, the owner of the company. So, that was my concern too, is that I don't want someone not to be there on one day. So, with that.
Where is it, this manual? Who authored this, or where's this from?
This is actually from his company Expectations, and he works closely with the state as well to see the guidelines for things that school officers can do and their expectations.
So this is his own personal guidelines, or this is a manual loose statewide?
Correct, but he uses the laws too, to incorporate it into it. And this is specifically done for schools.
Okay, thank you.
One of the things I do want is when the kids go outside for recess to make sure they have a presence outside, because we do a lot during the day with the school locks keeping everybody out of the building, and then every day we do take the kids out for recess. It would be nice to see someone out there as well monitoring.
So Matt, just on a normal day, what run through, they would be there probably for the bus unload?
Definitely, they're gonna start a little bit ahead of time, because I want them to do a walk around the building to see if they notice anything unusual or suspicious. Of course, with all the buses coming and going and all the drop-offs, I definitely want their presence outside during that time, because there's a lot of cars and buses and traffic, and that's our most congested area. I think Mr. Vinton's gonna tell me our mics aren't on, so if you could take a second.
Turn them all on, they should be good.
Oh, never mind, it wasn't. Mr. Vinton, I'm sorry.
It's on.
We're on. So the school day, once the school day starts, I want them doing rounds, making themselves present, especially around the office area. We are having them monitor all the cameras as an extra resource. We're making sure all the cameras are intact. They will also help out with the controlled entrance, because we added the controlled entrance where we're now, once parents or someone's coming into the building, we can actually keep them into the vestibules, which are now going to be locked. They can help with that. Definitely the school recess time, I definitely want their presence outside. End of the day dismissal, so their days are going to be pretty filled.
I would just say the hotter months, gym classes outside too.
Hotter months, gym classes are outside, so,
And the obvious question, they're uniformly very visible.
correct.
And, Dr. Harris, who will monitor them daily? You know, is it just the building administrator?
The building administrator daily, Joe Gatis, he's the head of the company.
Does he
can also-
rotate?
Yes, he does.
Randomly? Okay.
He's very visible.
Yeah, very pleased. We've had his services now, I would say for 8 years. We've actually had it for about 8 years, a couple years before I started. and-
As long as they're being monitored, then I think that's fine. I don't want them to be drinking coffee, till 10 o'clock in the morning.
We want them working, and
Thank you.
if you remember when Chief Otto came, he said one of your best things to do is for safety is determine, and that's right there, that solves that. So
I had the opportunity to meet two of the gentlemen, Mr. Leonard, Bill Leonard had mentioned. Could you just share their, not names, but just the quality of these two gentlemen? Just you know the type of people they're looking at.
Yeah, they're both Army officers, 25 years. Bronze Star. Highly professional. I went to them. I seek them out. And I'm glad, Mr. Costa, I'm glad I haven't met the other gentleman, but I'll let them share their
Bill, you was really high on the Hempfield program. And is this going to be similar to that?
I don't think so. That's something that, again, we'll talk about, correct? Hanfield hires through the school.
Hanford hires through the school. We are actually outsourcing through a company. But everything's going to be very similar as far as rules and procedures.
Right.
They just work for
Okay.
a company versus working for the school.
I know you investigated, you was very high on Hempfield, okay.
Yeah, well, it like, still am, actually. You know, but, this is.
Okay.
We are really ahead of curve.
Okay.
You know, with, any questions, I'll be glad to happy, that we weren't happy to tell you what they've done and the qualification
I received a lot of positive feedback too from when we had the last meeting in June. I know Georgia did a nice job in the paper for us too, so thank you, Georgia, as well. Or it could be Chip, one of the kids that was out there. And there's also going to be a new prospectus coming out, and it's going to be featured in the prospectus. That should be Wednesday or Thursday.
Front page?
Second page.
Who's on front page, students?
Usually students, and usually it's like the district logo and information.
Always be the students, okay.
Yeah, but on the second page.
Or back page is pretty popular too.
Yeah, that's true. People do like that back page.
Yeah. Huh? Thanks for your research.
It's good.
I appreciate all the support, and like I said, it's going to be a good school year, and with the Mill for Safety, it went a long way. So I really do appreciate it. As I mentioned, prospectus is coming out this week, and, just to kind of show off our new goals and what we're doing in the school year, and it's always exciting to see. Each school is probably going to be focusing on the goals. You might be saying, boy, this is redundant every page, but we really wanted to make sure that you see that each school is committed to our goals for next year. So, and actually, I want to bring in our goals and kind of share what we share with the staff on Monday, because next Monday is our first day of staff in service. So, looking forward to a good school year. Bus cards went out. You should receive them either today or tomorrow if you was a parent. I got some parents in the audience. Did you get your bus card, Linda? Yep, you got yours? Okay. So they can prove, I didn't get home yet to see the mail, so. Sure they're there. So, but appreciate everything and looking forward to a good school year. Next week, under athletics and extracurricular, we're going to ask you to employ the athletic extracurricular personnel for 2018-19, approve volunteer coaches. Oh, yes, and you know what? Before I go on what we're doing next week, I completely forgot Colton, and I don't know how I missed you because you have such a nice suit.
Well, you're all dolled up today.
You practice till 6, too.
You have practice till 6?
Yes, I had practice till 6 today.
And you still made it up there with a suit, looking good.
Was able to go home for a little bit and take a shower at least. Clean up just a bit. Okay, so as you know, a lot of the sports are starting their camps this week, a lot of their heat weeks. I know that there was soccer, both boys and girls. Marching band had their camp the last 2 weeks. Maybe it was the last 2 weeks. Their preview show was this Friday, I believe. Yeah, it was Friday. Let me see. There was, of course, football, and field hockey was also out there today. Monday, we do have our freshman orientation where we will get a chance to welcome all the freshmen to the school. And by we, I do mean the student union, and we will get to show them around the building and tell them what and what not to do within the school. And basically, that's about it that's going on.
Colin, first home game is, when is that? Not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Next week.
I don't think Norwin's a home game.
Oh, that's away, you're right.
No,
I think we're away the first two.
We're away. you're
Yeah,
right.
our first 2 are away.
You're
So
right, first game.
week 3 is Connellsville.
First game is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And scrimmage this Saturday.
Yeah.
Correct.
Scrimmage this
That's at
Saturday.
home.
And actually, the Drama Guild did announce the play this year. It is Hunchback of Notre Dame. So that should be a fun show. It's the last week of November, last weekend of November, going into December. So.
I understand you got a quarterback controversy, huh? I know, don't say anything, but
Don't put this
that's
on
all I
me.
get. People ask, who's going to start a quarterback? I don't know.
Those are choices.
They're asking, who's going to start? I don't know who the kids even are. This kid's a sophomore, and this kid's an 11th grader. I said, okay, that's good. I mean, I don't know what, so I let it go at that. That's up to the coach.
I stay off that. I'm a lineman.
Okay, they say it's really neck and neck. Yeah. Okay.
He's not commenting.
We'll see.
I don't blame him. They're teammates, whoever gets it.
Were you at the preview show for the band?
No, I could not attend. I was with my mother.
I heard they did a nice job, and I was at Kennywood the other day, and the band got to perform, which was nice.
Yeah, their theme this year is Mr. Rogers, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What a great theme to have.
I'm hoping there's talk that it's going to be a good year with that thing.
Good boy, you are.
Yeah, I believe it will be.
Anything else for our student representative while he's here? This will be his last year, senior.
Well, I appreciate you coming up, knowing that you just had practice.
And you look
Yeah,
sharp,
really.
young man. You look sharp.
You're probably hungry.
Oh, I went home and ate a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He started this morning at 7 a.m., so they went to 7A to 6P, so
Wow.
Wow.
appreciate you coming in.
Yes, we do.
This is my last year. Hopefully American University.
I was just down there. Nice.
Yeah, beautiful campus, beautiful.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. What do you guys have? Eat lunch here? Or do you go home, or how do you do?
We eat lunch in the cafeteria and then we go back down and sleep for about an hour and a half.
Then how about supper? You did
But we don't get that here. We get that with our families.
boosters. All right.
How many kids are on the team this year?
So somewhere between 65 and 60. That's my best estimate.
That's usual.
Percent usual. Good.
Okay.
All right, Colton, thank you. We're looking forward to a good year.
Thank you.
Norwood has a real nice quarterback. A real nice quarterback.
Now, Colton, are you planning on coming to the first meeting, the second meeting, or both meetings?
For next month?
Yes.
Probably the first meeting.
First meeting, okay. I'll make sure that you're listed on for the first meetings. Thank you. All right, for,
I did not get that.
I said, all right.
The
For
little
next
tape, this one died. I'm trying to get it on my phone. but it's not-
Budget and finance.
Budget and Finance, we're going to ask you to approve contributions to area libraries for 2018-19, approve the CWC-TC settlement agreement and release. Buildings and Ground and Safety, we're going to ask you to approve the list of substitute custodians for the 2018-19 school year. We're going to ask you to approve the change orders on Penn Middle School EIFS project, approve the School Resource Officer Program Agreement for 2018-19, approve the armed guard rates. Under Employee Relations, Negotiations, Transportation, we're going to ask you to approve the list of bus drivers and substitutes for 2018-2019 school year. I'm talking about the bus drivers. I just want to, we had on August 2nd, we had every single bus driver trained in school safety for 4 hours. 1 hour was dedicated to the EpiPen training because they're all trained on the EpiPens. 3 hours was John Secoin and taking them through different aspects of school safety as it relates to the bus. And I thought that was very beneficial. I appreciate Scott for attending that for me for the day.
It was good training. Yeah, the bus drivers really liked it.
Do they have EpiPens on the bus?
Students have them with them.
Okay, so it's if a student has.
On an as-needed basis, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if the buses had them.
No.
Each student that has them, the bus drivers are aware.
Scott, from the training perspective, just a quick question. If the bus driver pulls up to the stop and kids are getting on it and a parent or appears to be a parent tries to get on the bus, what is their response? How are they supposed to respond to that?
Well, they don't let anybody on the bus. Nobody's allowed on the bus. So, I mean, they're going to close the door and try to keep them out. But
Yeah, because to me, that is a risk point.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I didn't know if they spent a lot of time on that or not. I mean, I know they spent dealing with kids on the bus. But
Yeah, that's a standard protocol. Nobody's allowed on that bus unless they're authorized.
And I'd rather always, like we always say, always err on the side of caution. Even though you think, well, it really looks like I'm err on the side of caution. Don't let anyone on. So.
Thanks.
Food service, we're going to actually approve the list of cafeteria personnel for the 2018-19 school year, adopt a free and reduced lunch program resolution, approve the milk supplier for the 2018-19 school year, Personnel and curriculum, we're going to designate official raters for 2018-19, approve teacher assignments for 2018-19, approve student handbook, approve substitute teacher and support personnel for 2018-19, employee personnel, and that's an action item, so Scott's going to have to direct some.
Ms. Petrucci, in the personnel curriculum, we have an item tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Concho. Move to employ the following personnel effective August 20th, 2018, unless otherwise noted. New employment is contingent upon the receipt of all necessary documentation and acceptance of Act 34, 151, and 114 waivers from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania within 30 days. The teacher is Gina Butchianowski. I probably chewed that up, I'm sorry. M2, $44,017. She's special education in McCollum. Next, I'm just going to, I'll say as listed, I put red on 30 for her because she's going to be hired, but student learning assistant, she's a full-time person. Student learning assistants, as listed, starting salary $28,000. Special education certified instructional aides at salary $28,000 as listed. Long-term subs, Heather Boss, Lacey Wagner, Olivia Rizzo, Kaylee, I got from Maggie Cambridge, Emil Shogun, Ashley Temple, Suzanne Simon, Heather Radica, Kathleen Pratt, and Michelle Bodai. Super subs, Heather Radica, Christine Tappy, driver, Kimberly Young, aide, Sarah Shadler, health room technician, Nicole Jordan, Jennifer Chapurko, Michelle Stuckis, student summer help, Olivia Harburger, and as listed, their salaries, etc. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Question?
Question being called for, this will be a roll call vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
And I appreciate you doing the hiring now because it's the start of the school year.
Thank you, Ms. Petrucci. Matt?
All right, continue with personnel and curriculum. Next week, we're going to ask you to issue professional contracts, approve leave requests, accept retirement resignations, and approve a textbook. Under Policy, Public Relations, Legislative Title II, accept and file Information Committee meeting minutes of June 4th, 2018, give final approval of board policy, give tentative approval of new and revised board policies and admin regulations, rescind the board policy. For personnel and curriculum, to approve textbooks, we added a health textbook after June, so I just waited till it was budgeted for last school year, so it's nothing new or different. And they only do one per class, they don't do one per student, so it's like a desk copy. We won't have anything for taxes, insurance, census. Do we have any visitors? I should turn them back over to Scott. No?
Anybody wants to speak? Okay. We do not. Affairs.
PTA representative is not here. So, I'm gonna let you.
Motion for adjournment.
Motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Second? We adjourn. Thank you, everyone.